enough of that. We don't want to hear computer music. We want to talk computers on Kids Corner. So let's talk with David. David is from Welsh Valley Schools. He's in Bryn Mawr. And David, I can tell you this, is an inventor. Hi, David.
Hello, Cassie.
Talk to you.
That is the weirdest song I've ever heard, right?
The whole album is like that.
Huh?
The whole album is computer generated. It's Kraftwerk.
It's a great album.
It would figure that they would like it.
Yeah.
Let's face
I've been listening to Kraftwerk for years.
that explains a lot. And that's the guy without the hat. David, what's your question for these guys?
Well, okay. Now, you know on the Cosby Show where Bill Cosby, he has a job and he's a doctor, right?
Right.
So, and his wife on the show is a lawyer.
Right.
So in computer language, what does REM stand for?
R-E-M or R-A-M?
R-E-M, I think.
I believe there's two types of memory in a computer. There is memory that is permanent, or that is you can only read. That's read-only memory.
ROM.
Right, it's ROM. That's the memory that contains like the BASIC in your computer, or enough memory so that when you turn the computer on, it looks to the disk drive and brings itself up or boots itself up.
Yeah, because it's basically instructions.
Right. RAM, or random access memory, is volatile. When power goes, it goes. But that's where your programs are stored. When you're running a game, that's where the graphics are. And that's that type of memory. That's RAM memory.
Wait a minute, David. What does that have to do with the Cosby Show?
Just sort of a joke, get it?
Okay.
Okay.
Finally, somebody asked a question that I understand. David, thank you for being here.
Yeah, well, one more thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Have you ever heard of Atom computers?
Yes, I do. I remember
That's Scott.
I remember when that computer came out. It was supposed to be the best home computer ever. It was going to sell for, I think, $500, came with a printer and everything.
Yeah, I have one, right?
Yeah, and then Coleco kind of forgot about it. That's what we call an orphan computer in the industry.
That had a cassette tape drive, didn't it?
Yes, a built-in cassette. One thing you can do, it is an orphan computer from the company, but that doesn't mean it's a bad computer. It just means that the company isn't making them or supporting them or helping you with them anymore.
It's a really, really super good computer. See, what I sort of see it as you see, it's just that it's a really good computer, and it's sold for, sort of inexpensively.
Right.
And everybody thought, oh, maybe it's a toy because it's so inexpensive. And they talk about how good it is. So I think that's maybe why it sort of, fell out.
That happens a lot. I can recommend you can pick up magazines that have regular columns about the Atom in it, and you can get a lot of information from them. A lot of people are still writing programs for that machine.
Good to know. David, thanks for being here. And we did have we have a music challenge, along with everything else. In our music challenge, We Didn't Start the Fire has 38 votes, and Thanksgiving Blues has 19 votes, but we had something else. And these guys didn't know the answer to this question, but 4 kids did. On November 22nd, 1963, Lee Harvey Oswald killed 2 men. According to the Warren Commission, one of them was John F. Kennedy. What was the name of the Dallas police officer who was killed by Lee Harvey Oswald on November 22nd, 1963?
Well, I was just about born then, a couple months old.
Rub it in, guys. Go ahead. Go ahead. See if I care. But anyway, this man's name was J.D. Tippit. And we want to congratulate Alex Davis from Bryn Mawr, Vanessa Harchoff from Philadelphia, Dave Kaufman from Rydell, and Caitlin Doherty from West Deptford. And they all knew the answer to that very sad piece of history. And we have Sunshine on the line from Abington Friends School. Sunshine is in Northeast Philly, and she's here for the first time. Hi, Sunshine.
Hi.
Hi, I love your name.
Thank you.
What's your middle name?
Anne.
Anne, you have a great first name and you have my middle name. This is
really?
This is so cool. See, I'm changing my name to Sunshine. Okay, ask your question.
I was wondering about computer viruses, like how they're started and what causes them.
Oh boy. Well, computer viruses are started by people generally called hackers, and they're usually done for fun because they'll implant it within a program, and some take a while, like many months to go. For example, there was one. What was the date on that? The last one.
There's a Friday the 13th virus.
Friday the 13th, where it was embedded in programs for months, and it didn't resurface because a lot of programs can be told to come up on a certain date and time and all that. And suddenly it pops up. A lot of them will wipe out the data on the computer. Everything will go. You'll suddenly be using your computer, then a message will come up and say, haha, it's gone. And your whole computer is wiped out.
What dog's lunches would do that?
Usually it's people, I use the term loosely in this case, that want to prove that they know more about computers than anyone else. So they think, well, I'll write a virus program that'll go out and infect computers and destroy things. I'll let you in on a secret. Anybody can write a virus. They're easy. They're real easy. They don't require any great brains to do a virus. And anyone that goes out and writes viruses just for fun because they think they know computers is fooling themselves.
Good. Thanks, Scott. Ooh, we got Scott cooking now, Sunshine. Sunshine, thanks for being here.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. 898-8868, 1-800-KIDS-XPN. Evan's here from Chester Avenue Middle School. Evan is in Delran and with us for the first time. Hi.
Hi. I had a question about the computers.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And in my keyboarding class, we used a computer, Apple IIe.
I remember those quite well.
Yeah.
When the cursors, the cursor keys,
Yes.
Right.
left and right move the cursor, but when you press the down button, the line starts blinking. And you have a bunch of choices at the bottom.
Yes.
I don't understand. And when you push the up cursor button, your whole line erases.
The reason for that is,
Yeah.
on an Apple, that's an older computer, or the basic design of it's quite old. It's one of the first ones built. Back in the dark ages, cursor keys, the arrows, weren't real common. So in the basic operating system, or the internal program of the Apple, it really doesn't do anything with those keys. Because when you typed a basic program, you had to type it line by line. If you made a mistake at the top of the screen, you had to retype the whole line. So these programs that you're using were written to read the cursor keys by themselves. It just so happens that they didn't use the up arrow key at all, and the down arrow key is how you bring up your menu of selections. That's just the way that particular program was written, and another program for the Apple may use the cursor keys for any number of uses. For instance, a word processing program to type letters and such would use the cursor keys normally, where up would move you up and down would move you down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Evan, thanks for being here.
Okay. I have one more question.
Sure.
Sure. Go ahead.
About I have a Nintendo too.
Right.
And I don't know if it's the TV or the Nintendo, because once I was doing like real good on the game, and I didn't really want to turn it off. So what I did is there's a bunch of lines coming up on the screen, and it was really hard to see.
Yeah.
Is that the Nintendo or?
That might have been, since Nintendo, it's a mass-produced software. Generally, the software will be sometimes faulty, so it might be that. Also, another problem could be inside the machine itself. The contacts might be a little bit dirty.
Something else to look for is on the back of your TV, there's a little switch box that says Computer TV.
Oh, it doesn't have one of them. It just has something hooks up to the VCR and to the TV.
Okay, you're going from the Nintendo to the VCR to the TV.
They can hook it up to the VCR, like when the VCR's on. Yeah, you can turn the Nintendo on.
You're getting interference from the VCR.
Yes, somewhere in there you've got a loose connection between the Nintendo, the VCR, and the TV. Also check to make sure the VCR is set to the TV mode so it passes the signal from the Nintendo through. If that doesn't clear it up, try hooking the Nintendo directly to the TV.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Evan, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
You guys got to come back.
Oh, I'd love to.
We think we can.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot.